Kavush Media.
In the Middle East, no one give up his power voluntarily. So Hezbollah is not going to disarm themselves. The Shiite militias in Syria are not going to leave. They are there in order to stay and even become stronger. So nobody is going to do it just because we ask them nicely. Therefore, Israel cannot live too long with those type of threats. And yet, if you give me two options, fighting with Hezbollah and kill them all within a month, or have another 14 quiet years along the Lebanese border, I will take option B. Not because I'm lazy, not because I'm afraid. I fought all the Israeli major combats since 1977, wounded twice. That's not the issue. The issue is that we know what are the war prices, and if we can delay wars, we'll be much happier.
The strategy of Hezbollah is to swamp the capability of the Iron Dome. And I was talking about 3,000 rockets a day. They believe that in that amount, and maybe even more than that, the Iron Dome will be paralyzed almost immediately. So the skies of Israel would practically would not be protected by the Iron Dome. At least that's what they think, okay? Now, I tend to believe that the policy would not be the policy of 2006, the previous war in Lebanon, which was, I would say, the policy of Barda, starting in the northern areas, shooting rockets against the northern, and then Haifa, and then Barda Haifa, which is Hadera, and then maybe suburbs of Tel Aviv. No. This time,
they'll fly above us.
They would fly above them,
right to Tel Aviv.
And they would go directly to Tel Aviv. And the Israeli, that's why I say the misconception. The misconception is not an intelligence misconception. The Israeli intelligence know exactly what's going on. The public is living in a misconception. By believing that the Iron Dome would prevent that, by believing that we are facing the Barda policy, well, until it would get there, IDF will resolve the problem. And unfortunately, it's not the case. And I will tell you more than that. We at the Institute for Counterterrorism, we are preparing a doctrine for the home front in the center of Israel, because the responsibility for the rescue and recovery and the emergency situation is not of the Israeli police or the IDF or anybody else. It's the municipalities. The mayors should serve their own constituency when this would happen. They know that they have this commitment. They think that one missile might fall in Herzliya or in Ra'anana. We'll deal with that. We are talking about few of them, not to say dozens of them, a day. We are building now a doctrine which is preparing a bottom-up preparedness and not top-down.
Regarding your question, I'm an operational officer. I grew up in the field. And I judge things only by how they really impact my ability to operate. Without getting into the details, I will tell you the following. When many foreign companies are getting in Iran, I can sneak in and do whatever I want. When there are not enough foreign companies coming in, it's much tougher for me to delay or to destroy the Iranian nuclear program. We all need to remember, the Iranian program exists 30 years, and they did not reach the target, because someone did many things in order to make sure that they will not be able to connect it. So from my perspective, withdrawal from the deal, from the operational point of view, was a mistake.
آنچه در مورد ما میگویند